Don't get me wrong, you can do whatever you want to do with your vlogs. It's your channel, they're your videos. Do whatever makes you happy. I vlogged every day for a year, the year that I turned 40, 365 days, 365 videos. And if you just want your vlog to be a recap, kind of like a diary or a journal or whatever, of your day, that's totally fine. What I learned the hard way is that unless people know you, they don't care enough to watch your vlogs. So the best, most successful vlogs I've seen on YouTube are the ones who follow these 3 things. And I wanted to share them with you because maybe it'll help you get started. Again, do whatever you want. Before you get out your camera and start filming your vlog, you should think about what the key takeaway is. What is the main point? What is the overarching theme that you want people to walk away from this video with? If you don't know what the main point of your vlog is, you might not have a fully formed vlog yet, because the ones who are doing it really well will present it like, hey, they're just talking about their day or whatever, but then all of a sudden it's like there's a global message, or there's a deeper meaning to it. There was an example that I saw where this content creator was showing how messy her office space is, and just showed all of the things in disarray and just a complete mess. And then as she's cleaning it up, she's talking about all of the ways in which she's trying to declutter her life and get her life organized and get back on track. And it wasn't just about this messy room. It was about something more meaningful that is relatable, and that is, even if you don't know her, you can kind of follow along and be like, okay, yeah, I'm a mess too. I think the vloggers who are doing a really good job are very relatable, and there's some aspect to what they're doing or what they're talking about that people in the audience can say like, oh wow, yeah, I deal with that all the time, or yeah, I'm dealing with that as well, and I'm not sure how to handle it. And I want you to show me some answers, or show me what you're doing to kind of get through it, and maybe that'll help me. But that's what people keep coming back for, is the relatability, the lessons learned. It's kind of like Mr. Rogers, there's a theme, there's a lesson at the end. No wait, as Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer had his final thought. Oh man, forget all that, forget that. Having a key takeaway, having a solid message that you're trying to convey within your vlog, I think is going to make it a lot more watchable. Trying to get interesting shots and finding different creative angles for your content is going to go a long way towards making boring content less boring. Not to say that your stuff is boring, but let's face it, at the end of the day, when you are done with work, you're done with your adult responsibilities, you've got the kids in bed, and then you have time to yourself to do your vlogging, you don't want to leave your house, right? And you've only got so many different options inside of your house that you can shoot and not disturb anyone else, wake anyone up, or just have some quiet space to do what you need to do. There's a lot of little things you can do to find different spots in the house to film, and maybe set a different backdrop with crap you buy at IKEA, I don't know. But I forced myself tonight to go out somewhere so that I could have a different background than I usually have. I'm either in my office or in my kitchen, for these videos. If you are in a situation where you can't get out of the house because you've got kids asleep, or you just don't want to because you're tired, and that's okay. There are different ways that you can mix it up visually so that it isn't just you sitting there talking to the camera for 15 minutes. You can use stock footage that you find on websites. There's a lot of free websites like pexels.com. There's a lot of places that you can buy stock video from, but you can squeeze that in and make things more interesting. You can try to shoot some B-roll during the day. Maybe it's on your lunch break, or when you're out running an errand, and then you can use that footage later to splice into the talking head kind of stuff, and then that'll break it up more. but sometimes you just have to talk straight into the camera, and when you're just getting started, that's gotta be okay. That's gotta be good enough, because that's all you can really do. So even if you have limited options for where you're shooting your vlogs, the more you can try to vary up the shots a little bit, even if it's just tilting the angle a little bit, or putting the camera between two objects and then you're poking your head in between. Anything you can do to vary it up a little bit is going to be more visually appealing for your audience. This one's pretty hard for me, because when I do have time to do my videos, it's at the end of the night, it's 10 o'clock because the kids are asleep and I've done everything that I need to do as an adult with responsibilities. And I don't want to leave my house. And so all I can do if I'm going to do like a true vlog is tell the story about something that I did that day or something that's happened to me in the past. And I don't have any footage to fall back on. I think the best vlogs are the ones that are, they're setting up the camera and they're like taping their feet, walking up to, whatever it is they're going to do, a rodeo. I don't know what they do, but it's tough to do that when you're all by yourself. But I think the best you can do to show what you're talking about, I think the more interesting it is for your audience. And when I was doing my vlogs, I had a 15-minute video where I was telling a story from something that happened to me in college, and it was just a static shot on me, I think sitting on the steps in my backyard, and I was actually holding my camera up like this the whole time, so it was a shaky selfie shot for 15 minutes. I can't imagine it was great. It's hard. I mean, we do have cell phones with 4K video capability in our pockets. It's just, when you're in the moment when something interesting is happening to you, do you want to whip the phone out and start recording? Sometimes you can, but it's not always easy to do. But the more you can do that, I think the more compelling your vlogs are going to be. But you do what you gotta do. If all you can do is set up a phone and talk straight into the phone and edit it a little bit, that's your vlog. That's a great start. That's more than most people are doing. Just do your best and try to get 1% better every time you do it, and eventually you'll be great. All right, so if you know what your main point is for your vlog, and you can think of ways to make it visually interesting, and you do your best to, as much as you can, show and not just tell, then your vlog is already going to be better than 90% of the ones that are already out there, and that's going to be a good head start. Keep in mind, you don't have to do any of this. This is just what I've observed from the really interesting, really popular vlogs. If you want people to stick around and watch your vlogs, if that's important to you, then these are just some guidelines that I think might help you out. When I did my year of vlogging, I didn't adhere to any of these rules. I didn't even really know these rules at the time. I just did everything I could to just get a video out every day, and for me that was good enough. That's what I wanted to do with that project. But going forward, this is the thing that I'm going to try to hold myself accountable to, is make sure that I have these 3 core elements in any vlog that I do. I don't know if I'm going to do vlogs, but you never know. Anyway, feel free to throw all of these rules out the window and do whatever it is you want. Once again, it is your vlog. It can be whatever you want it to be, and it should be whatever you want it to be. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far into the video, please give it a thumbs up, as it really helps me out. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon.